Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be working on card number 2 of the Backyard Bliss Cardmaking Workshop from Close to My Heart. You can see right here I have everything I need for card number 2 in my little piece of folded up copy paper. I'm going to go ahead and sort these out into little piles. So we have this die cut that we're going to stamp flowers on. These ones right here are the little barrels. See, we're just going to go ahead and just make little stacks and lay some stuff out. So now we're nice and organized. We can go ahead and pull our stamps out. I think, how many stamps are we going to be using on this, guys? So we're going to be using, I know, at least 2. That one right there is our sentiment stamp. We're going to go ahead and do that one first. It says, sending you a barrel full of love. I'm using this black ink from VersaFine. This is my favorite black ink. Just use your favorite, whatever you happen to have. Very nice. A pretty crisp stamp on the very first one. And guys, I am a rebel, so I'm not a perfectionist. I don't like season my stamp and then do a stamp over to the side to make sure it works good. I'm just like, oops, when it doesn't, and then I'll complain about it at that time. But for the time being, I don't even test the stamps first. I do season them, and I'll look at them and make sure none of the stamp looks like it's glossy. If it looks like it's glossy, it has not been seasoned enough. And by seasoning, I mean rubbing it on your skin, your pants, whatever, to make, if you look at your brand new stamp, turn it over and look at it, it looks glossy. You don't want it to look glossy, guys. So you want to season. That's what I mean if I say season, okay? So we're going to go ahead and stamp these out. We're going to make 4 cards. Each card has got 2 barrels on it. So we're going to have to stamp out 8 of these. It's pretty cool. I think I kind of alluded to it and showed it to you a little bit earlier, but you see on the rim of that bucket, there's like a little line. That is a cut to tuck the flowers into. So that was pretty cool. It's a pretty good idea. Now we're going to go ahead and stamp the flowers. And I don't know why, guys, on these ones, I kind of have a difficult time with these flowers for some reason. I'm always wanting to stamp them too low. So I have to pay extra attention when I'm stamping them, and my head will be super in the way. Now we're doing all the stamping first. That bucket or the barrel and these flowers both are going to be colored. So we want to make sure the ink has enough time to dry. So we're going to go ahead and do the stamping first, and then we'll start making the cuts. I do have, oh shoot, I didn't put the picture up there. Well, you saw in the beginning that there was the picture of the card, right? And you saw where there was like a banner cluster up at the top. I love that. Okay, so there's 2 cards in here in this workshop kit. If you're following along with me, you already know this. But there's 2 cards in here that have a banner cluster on them. I love the banner clusters. I don't know what it is, but I just absolutely love the banner clusters. All these blue ones, we're going to go ahead and stamp with this little tiny flower stamp. And we're using the Sapphire ink from Close to My Heart to do that. I will have everything linked down below for you. We're stamping it before we cut into it and make it a banner because we want it to look uniform. Perhaps if we cut that banner part in first, it might distract us a little bit from doing the stamping, right? So I'm doing the stamping first and then cutting it into the banner shape. The way I'm cutting this into the banner shape is cutting a line up the center, going from the left-hand corner in toward the top of that cut, and then going to the right-hand corner and going in toward the top of that cut. Now, a lot of times, I know you guys have seen me fold it and just cut it that way. These are too small to do that. You'll have a very noticeable crease in them if you do it that way because they're so small. But by all means, you certainly can do it that way. I have before on the small ones as well. And you can see I'm just eyeballing it. If you want yours to be perfect, you can lay it down on your Versamat, find the center, and mark it with a pencil. For me, I am not a perfectionist. That's not going to bother me, so I just eyeball pretty much everything. We're going to go ahead and start making the base of our card. We got this little green piece down here. This is kind of like grass, right? Very cute. And then we're going to put this little strip right above that. I am using my liquid adhesive for this just because it's such a small strip, and I don't want, if I use my tape runner, I might make a mess, right? Get it everywhere. I don't want to do that. Although I did seem to make a mess on this one as well. It's okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and complete all 4 cards this way. You can pause and do that too. Here we're just going to go ahead and fold them. Now, I don't always fold them, and I probably didn't need to fold them this time. Kind of I did. The reason I folded it is because this shimmer tape is going to go across the top of it, and you're only supposed to have like half of it or whatever. Instead of cutting it on my machine, or on my, not machine, instead of cutting it on my trimmer, I'm just going to go ahead and be wasting some of it. I'm going to lay it down on here like this, trying to get it straight. It's not going to end up being straight on all of them, but that's okay. I have a banner cluster that's going to go up there, and it's going to kind of cover it up. This is why it's not straight. When I pull up my card, it moves. But then anyways, I just go ahead and trim this off. Now with your card kit, you got the silver shimmer trim. I got the silver shimmer trim as well, but I have misplaced it. So I pulled from my stash and I decided to use the rose gold shimmer trim. And we're going to do all cards that way. See how it's, you can clearly see it's going up. Again, I am not a perfectionist. If you are, by all means, cut your trim again, do it again. I am definitely not. And again, this one is going to be off as well because it was cut off of the other one, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and start on our watercolors. Now in this one, it says for our little barrels, it says to add color with watercolor paints and a water brush. It says make 2 per card, and the color you're using is tan, and you're going to mix number 8 with number 33. I did that on some of them, and some of them I was just playing with the watercolor. So some of them I went with a different shade. Some of them I was a little more heavy-handed with than other of the buckets. I just played around with the buckets when I was coloring them. They don't all look exactly the same. Yeah, that looks way too orange to me, so I keep adding more of that tan looking color. All right, see, okay, right here's where I'm showing you this slit. That's cool, right? They'll have that little slit in them. Super cool. So I'm going to start mine in the corner, and that's where most of the color is going to be. And then I'm just going to kind of pull the color out toward the center. That had a little too much water on it. So it doesn't exactly look like theirs, but it is absolutely okay. I still think mine looks pretty cute as well. Do the best you can. I am not a watercolorist, so this is fun for me. It gives me a little bit of practice. If I was left to my own devices to color these, I probably would have used markers. I am a lot more comfortable with the markers than I am the watercolor. Especially on such a small space, you know. So if you're completing this kit, you can, if you want to use markers or something else, by all means, do what you like. I think I did previously tell you guys that, because when we were first doing the cutting video, I did not have card number 3 video. It was corrupt. Well, ended up not being corrupt. It ended up being on a different device. And when it came, I don't know, something happened when it came over, but it was still on that device. Fine. So I transferred it again, and it looks like we will have card number 3 on here. I haven't edited it yet, but it looks like we will have card number 3 up as well if you want to play along. And we are going to go on to the flowers. We've colored these flowers previously. We did it for the card before. Basically, they look pretty much the same, and it says the directions are pretty much the same. Again, if you want to do yours a little differently, you want to color your flowers differently, go ahead and do that. Do keep in mind, though, when you're coloring and you're choosing your colors, do keep in mind the banner colors and also that green and that shortbread color. Keep those colors in mind. You're not going to want to go with something super bright because these are all kind of very calming colors a little bit. You know, they're not bright. They're more muted. So do keep that in mind if you change your colors up. Some of my green is a little bright, but that's okay. Again, I'm not a perfectionist. You are. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start putting these together. You can see I've already popped up 4 of my barrels. I've popped up 4 of my flowers. So we're going to put a flat barrel down first. Like that. Here's a flat flower. There's no foam tape behind it. And we're going to stick that through that little slit right there. Oh, how cute. And here's going to be our popped up barrel with our popped up flower. I've already put foam tape on the back. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off of here. Stick my little flower down behind there like that. So cute. And we'll go ahead and put it down. Oh my gosh, guys, that is so cute. Now, when I stamped my sentiments, and again, the sentiments is sending you a barrel full of love. How cute, right? They're barrels with flowers coming out. So cute. That'd be cute if you like even stamped some hearts and made some hearts come out of there, right? I think that'd be adorable. We might do that. Anyways, on some of my sentiments, I stamped them a little crooked, and I'm fine with that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and make our banner up top. After we do that, guys, we are going to be done. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Please check the links down below. If you'd like to support my channel, go to beckybitty.closetomyheart.com. I also have an Amazon link down below as well as a buy me a coffee link. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and finish these up. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Bye, guys. So cute. Aren't these so cute? Oh, I've already sent 2 of these out. Woo! I kept 2 for myself, so I can have 1 for later and 1 to keep. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.